I thought I would share another one of my encounters. This happened in a timeshare apartment in the Lake District. We got the apartment really cheap off a friend who owns timeshare. The apartment was on the ground floor of a really old hotel. It had a huge lounge with a bedroom on one side, and on the wall you faced there were 3 steps up to a kitchen. The kitchen was weird as it had a big picture window that looked onto a passageway that led to a front door into the hotel. The passage had a dog-leg staircase down to a bathroom with a jacuzzi bath. The passageway had a blocked-up doorway, and it was lit by passive lights that came on when you walked out. On the first night, we were tired, so we went to bed at about 10. I woke up at 11:15 p.m. and could smell a really sweet perfume, strong, like someone was waving it under my nose. I reminded myself to look for the offending perfume the next day, as I thought one was somewhere in the room. Then, I fell asleep. On our first day, we went out walking, so didn't spend much time in the apartment. When we got back, I made us a sandwich. While I was busy, the passive light in the passage kept coming on by itself. It was very strange. We had our sandwich and then I decided a glass of wine in the jacuzzi would be lovely. After I had finished my business and tried to leave, the door to the bathroom became stuck. I tugged like mad, but couldn't open the stuck door. I shouted for my husband, but it felt like the sound didn't get to him. I kept trying the door and after a good 10 minutes, it just opened. I then turned the light off in the bathroom, started up the stairs in the pitch black, and waited for the passive to light my way, but it didn't. I waved my arms like a demented bat and tried to feel my way up the stairs. As I got around the corner, I expected the second passive to pick me up, but it didn't either. I finally flew into the lounge and got to the light. I was glad to be back, and we just laughed it off. During that night, I woke up at 2:15 a.m., and there was that strong smell of perfume in the bedroom again. The next morning, we set about looking for the source of the perfume smell. We looked all over the bedroom, even under the bed, and once again, we found nothing. We then went out for a few hours. On our return, we put a film on, settled down in the lounge, and had a meal and a couple of drinks. When we were entering the home, the light in the passageway kept flashing on and off again. We asked reception if the bulb or something needed fixing. They had a look and said it was working fine. We then put some music on and after a couple of hours, decided to go to bed. The switch to turn the light off was at the furthest point from the bedroom door. My husband had gone to bed already. I turned the light off and started to cross the room in the dark. All of a sudden, 3 bright blue lights crossed the lounge in front of me. Each one had a long tail and they didn't move fast. They went into the kitchen and disappeared out of sight. I ran the rest of the way into the bedroom and told my husband what had happened. He said he had a weird feeling about the place from the beginning and he didn't like being in the lounge alone. I felt unnerved and checked the door twice just to make sure it was shut properly. Later that night, something woke me up again. It was the perfume smell, sickly sweet. Suddenly, I could hear footsteps in the lounge and started to poke my husband in the ribs, but he wouldn't wake up. I could feel my heart thudding in my chest, and all of a sudden, the bedroom door clicked open. I was petrified at that point, and put my head under the sheet. I must have stayed like that for over an hour, until eventually, I must have fallen asleep. I know, if I had the guts to look out from under the sheet, there would have been something there. The next day, we packed up and went home.